By the middle of this century, an additional 3 billion Asians could enjoy living standards similar to those in Europe. By 2050, Asia could also account for half of global output, trade and investment, and also enjoy widespread affluence. But Asia's rise is by no means preordained.
To become a prosperous region free of poverty, Asia will need to sustain high growth rates, address widening inequalities, and mitigate environmental degradation in the race for resources.
Asia must sustain its growth while addressing serious challenges and risks, says a new report from the Asian Development Bank. The report, Asia 2050, Realising the Asian Century, presents two plausible scenarios for Asia's economic trajectory. The Asian Century scenario is the ideal picture. In it, Asia enjoys broad-based prosperity and is able to achieve just over half of global GDP by 2050. With per capita GDP of $38,600 on a purchasing power parity basis, marginally higher than the global average. If growth rates of developing Asian economies slow, however, Asian nations could fall into the middle income trap, with income levels stagnating. The results would be dramatically lower per capita GDP of $20,300. Under this scenario, Asia would account for slightly under 1/3, or $61 trillion of global GDP in 2050. Developing Asia has tackled income poverty with some success, yet non-income poverty remains pervasive. Today, half of all Asians still live without basic sanitation. 900 million people in the region have no access to electricity.
To meet these challenges, Asia needs bold and innovative national policies and stronger regional and global cooperation. Policies that were effective in the past when Asia was largely a low-income, capital-scarce region are less likely to be effective today or in the future.
The report highlights the challenges and risks that lie in the path of Asia achieving its development potential by 2050, and outlines the strategic decisions and actions facing Asian policymakers at the national, regional and global levels. The Asian Century is not Asia's century alone. It must be earned and it must be shared. This could and should be the century of shared global prosperity, where Asians take their rightful place among the ranks of the world's affluent.